Alrighty, everyone, welcome back. It is Dreaded D, the infamous pirate captain protecting T-Fuel Island. Today we're going to be getting into some end of September stuff, some NFTs regarding Theta, and where will all the money flow as we enter the end of a large cycle. So just remember, this is not financial advice. Anything I do or say is for entertainment purposes only and is merely my opinion. Please do your own research. Alrighty, it is end of September, and I, for one, am very happy that we are finally moving into the fall months. This cycle has been very reminiscent of 2017, and for that fact, I'm very excited to get into these next couple months because they yielded immense amount of value, both for altcoins as well as Bitcoin in the previous 2017 cycle. So, if that's how it's going to play out, we'll wait and see. Obviously, there's a bunch of factors that are all playing into this. It's like playing three-dimensional chess. There's things that can come out of nowhere and sweep up your best pieces. So we'll have to see how it plays out. But right now, we're looking pretty good. Locking in around 41,000 right now. A little below the end of September prediction for Plan B. They're at 43,000. But if we can maintain and we can continue momentum, even with all the FUD surrounding the space currently, I think we're going to be in for some very big growth. So the next topic I want to touch on as we dive into this video here, I want to touch on NFTs, and this topic was spurred on by a video I saw of Gary Vaynerchuk. Now, Gary Vaynerchuk is someone I related to very much so because I'm all about the Craigslist hustle, just being an entrepreneur, go, 18-hour workday kind of guy, all about that. And I really resonate with what he said about NFTs because I even struggle trying to explain NFTs to people my own age and people that are older than me. And I think that he very eloquently explained it. And I want to share that with you guys and discuss some of that. So here's the clip.
Digital aspect of it, like you can't see it.
Well, you can't see a blue check on Instagram. I don't walk around the world with a blue check tattooed on my forehead, but everybody sees it. You can't see my 9 million followers on Instagram, or can you? I would argue the reverse. I would argue people can't see most of the fancy things you have in your house, that people can see more digital than they can real life. And that's the aha that just hit so many people on the other side of this screen.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. The value proposition is changing. COVID has kind of sped up everything where we kind of got locked down within our houses and that forced us online. So we basically took something that could have taken 6 years and sped it up into 1 or 2. And now that we're seeing that people are more productive online, working from home, that this is possible, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, all these different avenues that businesses can take, you're starting to see how the digital reality can actually permeate and become your reality. And that may be challenging for a lot of people to hear because some people say, hey, I want to live in the real world. There's obviously mental health concerns that come along with that. But at the end of the day, this new metaverse is going to be encroaching and building upon our lives. And there are going to be multiple things that come along with that. But NFTs themselves are just one small piece of that. But they are significant. Scarce items that are cross-compatible with multiple realities are going to be huge. And the fact that, things like Twitter are now enabling the potential, and social media accounts are enabling the potential for you to display on your account what NFTs that you hold in your collection for everyone to see is the same as you having tons and tons of followers, tons and tons of, you have a blue check mark, you have, marketing leads, everything. So you having those in your possession puts you on the map, puts you as someone to be noticed. It puts, gives you that flex. And it's like, hey, he's the guy who has this, or she's the girl who has this. Oh, she's that kind of collector. She's this kind of investor. Oh, and then that lets you perpetuate a lifestyle via the digital landscape. The other big thing with social media integration with these kinds of marketplaces is that it's not just someone saying, oh, I own this NFT. It's they actually have a function within the social media, like the Twitter, the Instagram, TikTok, where it is verifiable with the chain that they own number 36 out of 150 of the rare Charizard Pokemon card, or this and that. And that verifiedness via the blockchain and integration within social media is what makes it even that next step, basically, because now you have a way to prove that you are the owner of that asset. And I really see that as the value proposition for why Theta has pushed into the NFT space so hard, is because if they can do it in a compliant KYC way, then they can, help and propose a product to social media clientele, Facebooks, the Instagrams, the, Twitters of the world, and say, hey, we have this service for you. We have it locked down now. We've been testing this out. We've been doing this. And maybe you want to integrate this onto your site. And because right now, at least from my perspective, I see these companies looking at something like OpenSea or integrating something like OpenSea and saying, how could we accidentally get in trouble for somebody using NFTs to launder money? Anonymously moving, money. A whole slew of issues or potential, legal battles that they could get into. Something like Theta Marketplace or Theta Drop Marketplace opens that up, for the possibility. Say, hey, all these users are KYC'd. Withdrawals right now are limited. Hey, we can control the inputs, the outflows. Yay, we could test this out. We could move on to this. We could definitely enable this in the future. And to me, that's what I see as Theta's driver for doing Theta Drop and, having NFTs. Yes, it's not fun that you can't move your NFTs off of the Theta Drop platform, but right now it's a necessary step, in part with the testing process, in my opinion. Obviously, I'm not speaking for the team in any regard, but that's how I view it. This is all a test to see, hey, how can we improve? What can we work on? And how can we sell this to a social media company? Because with that comes all the representation of everything. Because at the end of the day, OpenSea is cool. But if OpenSea isn't represented on a social media account or a prominent platform, somewhere you can flex, like an Instagram, then it really has no purpose. Just like Theta TV was the, with Theta was the way for them to go into a meeting and say, here's an example of how we can cut your CDN cost. The same is with Theta Drop. It's the same kind of model. Hey, here's a marketplace that we've been testing out, with YouTubers, with different users, and this is how you can integrate this on your social media platform and capture some value. So, and that's really what it comes down to, creating products for companies that capture value for them and retain and grow ecosystems. The other big thing and realization that I've had over studying and researching things is that if you think about the landscape that crypto is in right now, from a strategic perspective for the Theta team, it's going to be a lot easier to implement a Theta NFT marketplace than it is to, right now at least, to implement an underlying CDN architecture underlying an entire platform while cryptos are still under super big regulatory scrutiny. And until that is cleared up, I think this is the right direction to go in, because this is like a testing ground. It's a way that they can gain and access market share without affecting critical underlying systems from platform perspective. Because right now, platforms are unsure. They don't know which way the government's going to go on crypto. And to implement a core, a piece into their core process, like Google or, and then just to have it be stripped away and have to change back doesn't seem like the correct move right now. So that's why I think this NFT stuff is going to be the dip the toe in kind of thing. And at the same time will capture that value, and that's really what it's after. So, and the way that Theta has done things is these testing environments, theta.tv, a testing environment, a way to show that, hey, we can do this, we can provide this amount of value for you. And the same with this. Theta's been showing via World Poker Tour and other clientele, hey, this is how much revenue we've gained for this organization or this person or this charity. And that's very valuable going into meetings and having discussions. So all these things all play together, and I really like the way that Theta team has conducted themselves and are doing business. So now that I can kind of visualize and see the path forward, I think it makes a lot of sense. Obviously, this is just how I'm thinking about things. This is not a representation of anything that's, factually held. But this is, to me, how, if I was to think about things, this is the way and the path that I would go about to progress things further without disrupting current infrastructure in a way that could affect business process. So, and the last thing is, where will money flow? Because right now we're at a weird spot in history. We saw that when COVID-19 hit, money flew back into the dollar very quickly in a time of panic. And I'm wondering personally, when will people realize that moving money back into a dollar, which is a shit coin, to be frank, when will people realize that that's not the move? And once that happens, that's truly when Bitcoin and the crypto space truly detaches from the rest of the fiat currency system. But currently, the masses still, even with everything going on, have it, just like a religion, have this thought process that when things go bad, crawl back to the dollar. And even though that's not the place to be, and we saw that with COVID-19 when it first started, we saw people go back to the dollar, but then quickly move money into equities and move money back into crypto. So obviously, in those panicky moments, people for some reason still think that this is the safe place to be, but it's almost like a psychological barrier that why not move into something that has actual limited supply? Why not move into something like that, or into something like Theta with a utilitarian use case? So hopefully we will get to that point where money will flow into quality assets, quality currencies. So we'll have to wait and see. That's it for this video tonight, guys. If you have any questions, comments, anything at all, just shoot me a message or leave it in the comments down below. I greatly appreciate the support and look forward to hearing from y'all. Until the next one, my friends. Alrighty, have a good night.